Hello everyone, welcome back to Real Reds, talking authentic football fan channel made in Manchester. We have a stacked Sunday social today with myself, Sam, Civir and Shreyas to provide all of their kind of professional opinions, if you want to call it that. Topics are on your screen. I said it's stacked, and it definitely is. And Mbeumo signs a 5-year deal. Bruno's long-term future. Ahmad publicly backs Ruben Amorim. Sesko, the next target on the list. Gyokeres bullshit rumours. And a deal in negotiations, let's just say, or contacts have been made with Le Mans, whatever that means. But that's coming out from Fabrizio Romano as well. How are we on this Sunday, lads? How are we doing? And just before you answer that question, there's a burp for you, and you can officially start the show and you get going.
There's going to be a comment just saying the burp was a bit much for me.
Yeah,
I'll be in the comments.
Can I ask people as well who are watching, whether you watch this live or watch this later on, do I burp a lot?
Yes.
Let me know in the comment section, because these lads have just said I always burp on a stream. So,
by the way, Shreyas, I don't know if you saw it. The Indian cricket team were in Carrington today.
Ooh, why?
Yeah. I don't know. They're
Interesting.
Just,
a couple of United fans in them, so maybe that's why they've gone.
Ah, okay. I didn't have that on my bingo card, but I mean, we can speak about Indian cricket players being at Carrington. Yeah, no idea. Maybe they're teaching something. I don't know.
They do a better job than Rasmus up top.
I was just about to say, maybe they're teaching him something, trying to hit a target. No idea. Couldn't think of a comparison. Sunday, lads. Are we all right? Have we had a good weekend? Yes, no, maybe so.
Decent.
You boring set of bastards. All of you is just like pigeon watching. What's going on? Shreyas, come on, talk to me. Something.
It's been all right. It's been all right. How are you doing?
All right. Yeah, I'm all right. I'm doing great. Very, very well. Sam?
Yeah, I'm boring. I'm old now. So
are you still reading?
Not reading right at the minute, no. But I don't do much at weekends. Like I literally do fuck all. So
just get your stretches in and
yeah. I build Lego and drink whiskey. That's what I do on my weekends. So.
That doesn't sound like a bad weekend, to be honest with you. Yeah. Well, let's spark the conversation up slightly, because we have got some good news about Bryan Mbeumo. So Bryan Mbeumo has just signed his 5-year deal plus option at United. Medical completed in the morning, and Mbeumo can now be considered a new Manchester United player after a long 6-week saga. And Mbeumo is set to have the number 19 shirt for Manchester United, the same as what he had at Brentford. Sam, we've spoken quite a bit, so I'll shift to kind of Shreyas and Civir on this. Shreyas, excited to see him against West Ham next season then, next weekend, should I say? And can you see the difference with him coming in like we saw with Cunha yesterday in pre-season?
I think definitely there will be a difference, because he's someone who is a lot more different to Bruno in that particular area. But, he's got a lot more pace when it comes to, decisiveness in the box and having that, explosive profile. I think he's someone who definitely fits in that area. But besides that, I'm quite excited to see as to how he's able to match up with the likes of Cunha. How well they are able to form a partnership up there. And more than that, I'm excited to see him and Ahmad on the same side. How are they going to bond on that side? Maybe in set games we see Ahmad playing as the 10 and Bruno and Mbeumo playing out wide. So how does that relationship actually grows, or if they can complement each other quite well? That is something that I have to see, because if that combination works, I think that right hand side could be very difficult for any team to stop. And then if Cunha is able to replicate that, and he's able to have, I would say, the same kind of a relationship with Diego Leon or whoever is playing on the left hand side, we could have a lot more balance while we're moving the ball into the final third. And the unpredictableness will make it difficult for our opponents to actually match up to us, because in last season it was a right hand side which used to be fixated upon a lot, and whenever teams used to double down on that side, the left hand side was probably you could say non-existent in a lot of games. So that balance is quite important. And yes, other than that, good to see us actually getting these sort of signings in who are prem proven, and on top of that, what kind of ability they're going to be bringing into the team, and they're much better than what you've already got.
In terms of importance, Civir, how important was this for you, getting this deal over the line and getting him through the door? Because we know we have other issues in the squad that we need to kind of sort out, but that right side, was that pivotal for you?
Yeah, it was pivotal, and also with the profile of player that Mbeumo is, I think it was imperative that we did it. And yeah, I agree. 65, we probably, if you look at the deal on the whole, we probably overpaid, like 65 plus 5. But I think it was worth it. We didn't overpay by a mile, but I think whatever we paid extra, it was kind of worth it because with the profile fitting the style of play that that Amorim wants to implement in this team, I think Mbeumo was perfect for that. Work rates, Shreyas talked about how explosive he is. End product with goals, with assists. He's also at a good age as well. 26, 27?
25.
Sort of age. 25. 25, yeah. I mean, so it's decent. I like, just he comes with a bit of experience as well, adds a bit of grit to the team. I can only imagine the connection between him and Ahmad. There was an interview I saw with Euro yesterday saying he's waiting for Mbeumo and that's his guy. I was like, I didn't even know that, they were like friends or anything. So
Neither did I.
I think, yeah, I was kind of surprised when he said it. I was like, yeah, that's my guy. I'm waiting for him. I don't know. Did anyone else see that interview?
I saw like the video. I didn't listen to it, but I thought it was AI at first. To be honest with you.
Oh no. Yeah, he actually said it. He was like, yeah, waiting for him. That's they just heard. He said we all just heard and we're waiting for him and all that. So, I mean, I think he was fitting quite well. But that was a really important buy. Like we really needed that one. Somebody put a stat on like the highest performance of the season last season, and it was Cole Palmer. I don't remember who was it.
Isaac, Salah.
Yeah,
I'd imagine might have been there.
Yeah, Isaac, Salah, Palmer, Bruno, and then Cunha and Mbeumo.
And yeah.
So when you have, that, because I think he complements, even though they play on opposite sides, I think they will complement each other because they bring something slightly different.
Definitely.
On each side. So yeah, it's important. I think it's a really good buy, and I think I know a few people are moaning about the price, but I think it's one of those ones where it was one of those ones where we just had to stretch just that little, an extra, I don't know, 3-4 million. I think it was worth it.
I think given the market, a lot of people moaning about it, and I'm honestly, if you've seen some of the comments on TikTok, some of the Arsenal fans giving us shit about it, I'm just like, I don't understand it, to be honest with you. But I think 65 mil, Sam, and again, we've spoken about this multiple times. Given what the players have just gone for, Elanga, Madueke, all these guys, I don't think it's actually a bad deal, to be honest with you, for someone who's just had 27 goal involvements in a season. Feel free to expand on that. There was also something I wanted to throw to you as well, was the fact that now in January, you've got AFCON. I think I'm right in saying that. So you've got Onana, Mazraoui, Ahmad, and Mbeumo. Potentially who could go away for however long, I don't know how long. How long is AFCON? Like 3-4 weeks, something like that?
Like a month.
Yeah, something like that.
Depends how long they're in the competition as well.
Depends on how long,
yeah. Would that be something that worries you, considering the quality of players leaving?
The Mbeumo and Ahmad one, that definitely does.
Maz as well. Maz is
I
quite
think we've got
player.
cover for Mazraoui though. I think we can cover that quite well in the centre back or what have you. So I'm not too worried there. He is good. Yeah, he's a good player and important, but I think we can cover that quite well. You lose Mbeumo on that right hand side, you think, oh, Ahmad's the perfect replacement, but he's gone as well. So you're like, it's a bit, that right hand side then becomes a bit sort of sketchy. Do you put Bruno back there? Do you put Mason Mount in there? Like, you just sort of pigeonhole into that sort of spot. So yeah, that's a bit of a concern, but AFCON is AFCON. Like, we all knew it. Like, Salah is lost every year for the same reason. So it is what it is. Yeah, I don't agree with the people who are saying, "Oh yeah, you've paid far too much" and stuff like that. It's just like Arsenal paid 70 million for Nicolas Pepe. That went well, didn't it? That went really, really well for them. I think the fact that we've got to spread it out over 4 years, so it's costing us like 18 million a year or something like that.
Yeah, 16, fantastic. I think it is.
Yeah,
16,
fantastic for us, which helps our PSR and stuff like that, which is the most important thing. Obviously, we tried to do that with Wolves for Cunha, but apparently the release clause means you have to pay it in 2. So that's a sort of slightly less favourable deal. But yeah, happy he's here. Can't wait to see him play. Hopefully he starts the game against, is it West Ham, first USA game?
Yeah.
Hopefully we see our strongest team start in that game to see what we're working with.
Well, we'll have further updates on that. We are actually waiting for the specific confirmation from Man United. It's expected at some point. I'm guessing today, if not latest. I'm guessing it'll probably be tomorrow. But that deal is done. He's been at Carrington today. Everything's signed, so we can finally put that aside and be like, not kind of worry about it. Something I wanted to move the conversation on to, which has been very prominent online at the minute. A lot of people talking about it. And a lot of people at the moment suggesting that maybe we missed a boat on Bruno Fernandes with the Saudi bid that came in the summer, around £100 million. Just to open up this kind of conversation, Shreyas, where do we see his long-term position this season? What do you think we need in that midfield? And on reflection now, when you look at that Saudi bid, was it the right decision?
I think it was the right decision to keep Bruno Fernandes right now, because it would leave a very big hole in our team if he left at the moment, because honestly we don't have someone who can, like we say, we've got cover for Mazraoui, we don't have cover for Bruno at the moment, someone who can play in a variety of positions, and on top of that, even while playing as a deep line player in that midfield, can get you double digits in both goals and assists. And right now, for a team that has been struggling to score goals for the past 3 years, it's not a wise move to let go of perhaps one of the players who's been consistently coming up for you with the goals and assists season after season. And I understand that 100 million definitely would have helped us a lot, but if you look at it from another perspective as well, we still are not quite sure we'll be getting a striker this year. Like, we still hear rumors that we're linked to this player, X player or Y player, but I cannot say it with a concrete possibility that we'll be signing a striker. Maybe we see Cunha, maybe we see Mbeumo actually playing in that striking position. In that way, you'll need Bruno to play in one of the 10s alongside Cunha or Mbeumo. And it can very well happen that, Højlund is not cutting it. We're not able to actually sell him on. You go into the next season with Cunha in the number 9, and then you have to facilitate Bruno in one of those positions. And even in the midfield, I would say, with the way we play, unless we change it, we need someone like Bruno who from time to time actually drops in there, because you need that sort of, I would say, ruthlessness on top of that, that risk-taking ability in that midfield. And right now, since, this midfield is supposed to be so perfect, players don't want to take that sort of risk because it leaves you very vulnerable at the back. So I think right now it would have been a bit too difficult for us to actually go into the window and sign someone in who would replace Bruno the way he applies himself on the pitch for us. It's
interesting the perspectives that I'm seeing on this. And I'm not saying by any measurement social media is where you should look for your answers, but out of everyone I've spoke to, whether it's comment sections or whatever, a lot of them saying they feel like they should have taken the money for Bruno. We had ESPN and Mark Ogden before Chivy put out an article about United's midfield, saying that with the money that they've saved in Rashford's wages, they need to find a midfielder quickly. Without one, they're going to face the same problem as last season. They're going to be overrun. Amrim, after the game yesterday, spoke about speed in the middle of the park. He's spoken about Mainoo's recovery runs before. So obviously, it is clear that there is an issue in there, and we all know that. Do we have enough? You won't know the answer to this question, obviously, but if we can find 20, 30 million, is there something that we should do there? Because it is a bit of a risk going into the season with Bruno and whoever else it's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, just to touch on the first question you asked, Shreyas, about Bruno, like, I think it's impossible to say. It's really, really impossible. I mean, it would have been a massive gamble to take that 100 mil or whatever it was to sell Bruno. That being said, yes, we need another midfielder. Well, it will be good for us to get another midfielder. And I hate to be a wet blanket on this one and kind of be like a downer.
No wet blankets allowed on a Sunday social, unfortunately. Nah, go on.
But I don't think a new midfielder would matter. Like, he'd still be lost. Like, with the way we play, I really don't think so. I think we have to change the shape. We can still play the three at the back or whatever, but then instead of having the 2 10s on the striker, we can have a 10 and 2 as long as we're 2 in that midfield, as long as there's just 2 people in there, we're always going to be overrun. There's nobody. I'm telling you, you can go and bring Carl Lewis, the fastest man on the planet. There's nobody that's going to have enough legs to keep to cover the spaces. It's a structural thing. It's not a personnel thing.
Okay.
That's how I see it. Yes, another midfielder would be great. That would really be good. But then we would have to get rid of Kobe or Cass or Collier, and I don't think any of that's going to happen. So, or Gatti, but that's not going to happen. I mean, we have the profiles. If we're playing in the midfield three, we have the perfect profiles for a three.
Yeah.
We have the legs. We have the guy to put out the fire with Bugatti. We have Collier or Mino to play alongside that, and then we have Bruno to pull strings. Like perfect profile. But as long as we're two, like it's not going to matter. I saw someone trying to say something about Edison, the Atlanta guy. I know he runs a lot and all that kind of stuff, but it's not going to matter. It's a structural thing. That's what it is.
It's interesting that perspective on it. I do agree with you to a certain extent, but I have seen it work with Sporting, with Hjumland in the midfield and other players that have played in there before.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so I've seen it be effective. Now that might be a case of because it's a Premier League, because they're not quick enough. I don't know what it is.
I was just about to say that because I think with the intensity and the way they play in the Premier League, like you don't have too many minutes on the ball, especially when you're defending. Attacking wise, brilliant. I think attacking wise, there's a lot that we can be hopeful for. But as far as defending against Premier League teams, pressing and all that, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, Sam, it does feel more like as a team when you look at it cohesively. It does look more like a back five quite a lot of times when we play. Now that might change with like a Diego Leon, Dorgu, and Ahmad, and these kind of guys coming back in, acting more as wingers. So it's like they're closer to the midfielders rather than being this giant gaps. Because I always feel like whenever we watch United, even yesterday in the preseason game, there is space between that midfielder and wing back every single time. And whenever you have players, I remember it like Amari Hutchinson dropping in there for Amarin's first game. And we're still seeing the same issues now. So that in itself is an issue. But where do you sit on?
Do you know why?
This?
Sorry, Nick. Can I just make a point? Yeah. The reason why that is and this is what literally just sent me off yesterday, was that one of the attackers pulls the. So yesterday it was Noto or whatever his name is.
Nonto. Yeah.
Nonto. Yeah. In the first 2 minutes, literally, Luke Shaw is on him, and he pulls Luke Shaw into the midfield, and then the central defender sends the ball into the wing. He plays the 1-2 with Noto, who's in the middle. And because Luke Shaw has been sucked in, there's literally like miles of space behind him.
Yeah.
Because the winger has Diego Leon next to him. So literally the back line is already on the mid. It's already on the middle, whatever it's called, the middle line or whatever. And there's just loads of space behind. And there's just nothing. There's nothing that's going to fix that until we change the structure. Sorry, I had to just...
No, it's all right. It seems like the connectivity, and I think people could put that down to, on that left side, for example, it'd be Shaw and Leon's first time playing together, right? It'd be not knowing when to press, not knowing when to drop off. Very specific tactical instructions, it seems, in this Amarin system. But, Sam, the point remains with Bruno Fernandes. Where is his long-term future?
For this season, it's going to be in the 8, isn't it? That's where
is he good enough in the 8 for you?
It depends on his partner. Depends who's next to him. If you're going to put Casemiro or Ugarte, I don't think any of them are good enough to be next to him if you're going to play Bruno. I think you have to, like you touched on Hjumland, and I'm a massive fan of that guy. I think he's fantastic. If you can get somebody in there who is a ball-playing, physical midfielder who can do the dog work that Bruno's not going to do. Bruno will get about the pitch and he'll make tackles, but he's not a physical specimen of like a guy who's going to like out-muscle people and a lot of the time he makes fouls or stupid petulant challenges, which
he doesn't have a presence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't really help us. It stops their play, but you have getting booked or getting frustrated. I think if you can get a physical sort of midfielder who can make those things, tackles, get the ball, make the passes towards Bruno when he's off on a run, or make the pass out to an Mbeumo or a Cunha, that will help you tremendously. But obviously those midfielders are very in short supply. There's not many of them across Europe, and if there is, they're going to cost you an absolute fortune. Like the perfect guy is Carlos Baleba at Brighton. I think that's the perfect candidate right there. Like that's the guy who fixes this. but he's going to cost you 100 million. Brighton are going to charge you up the arse for it because Casido went for what, 115?
Declan Rice went for 100.
I can't see him going anywhere lower than 100 million for him. Like, he's going to cost a fortune. Adam Wharton's probably in that bracket as well. The perfect candidates exist, but they're just going to cost a fortune. And we're in the unfortunate position of we're trying to scrimp and scrave on every single transfer. The only way you do the Believer deal is if you could do like an 8 sort of split payment, like on Klarna, like spread it out for like the next 20 years or something. That's the only way it's happening. So, yeah, the candidate's out there, but maybe Amorim does tweak it. He's noticed, he made the comment that there's not enough speed in the midfield, or there's not enough that's going on there. So maybe he does tweak something over these like preseason games, and maybe we do see something a little different heading into the season if he thinks I'm not going to get the recruitment for that midfielder position. So maybe he does change something.
I think the issue is with that area, the demand is so much almost in every asset. So every department, sorry, I should say. So you need someone who is extremely intelligent and understand when to drop off, when to press, when to keep hold of the ball, like high level IQ footballer. You need someone with extreme athleticism. You can go box to box. You can cover wide areas. You can almost do everything. You need someone who's incredible on the ball, who can play between the lines, who can switch play, who can receive it under pressure. Like, when you're kind of noting these things down and you're going into Europe and you're like, who the fuck can do that right now? Who's available?
Basically, you need Michael Carrick.
Michael Carrick, who can bomb up and down, who's athletic as well. Yeah. That's what you need effectively. And I just we've been linked with previous players before, Shreyas, for example. Richard Rios was one from Palmeiras, I think, but he's just gone to Benfica. So they've just been, here we go on that deal, for example. He's just moved. That's official, done, dusted. That's another one off the market. Edison's another one, but that just seems like a name that's on the hamster wheel that just gets rotated. And United are interested, but kind of put it on the back burners. We don't really know. So it doesn't seem like it's going to be prioritised. So with that in mind, what's the best midfield partnership now for the season with what we've got?
I think it's going to be tough to go into next season with the same profiles that we've right now got. Me and Sam have gone months on Stark and Stiller every single week that, they're not going to cost you as much. Go for them. And they're actually, a good blend of what we actually need in that midfield. But considering the profiles we've got right now, you need Casemiro in that midfield, because if you don't have Casemiro in that midfield, you don't really have a player who knows how to spread the ball out the moment he receives it. If you do, but with Casemiro, again, the drawback is